Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a review of the book The Problem with Forever by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So this is actually the first book that I've fully gotten through by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I mean, I own the whole entire Lux series over here, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. So this is the first intro I've gotten into Jennifer L. Armentrout's books, and so far I absolutely loved it. So in this book we followed the story of Mallory, who we follow her story of how she grew up in a terrible foster home and how eventually she got taken out of that, and it's her senior year in high school now, and she is going to be going into a public school instead of being private schooled. And so yeah, and she's the quiet kid, kind of like me. I can kind of relate to the story a bit. The more I explain it, she's the quiet kid, and she's not good at talking in front of people, which I have never been good at. So I get her side, and also it kind of relates back to the whole bad foster home for why she is not good at it. And so in this foster home that she grew up in, she was only close to one person, and this person's name was Ryder. Come to find out that as soon as she starts high school, there he is. There's Ryder in her speech class. Completely different boy than what she remembers, at least physically. And he basically what I could refer as a perfect guy. Hazel eyes, ripped body, popular kid, badass, like everything. And so it basically tells us, we slowly get into the story of how their friendship rekindles while also the rest of society believes that they should not be friends anymore. That all of this should have just been forgotten and be a thing of the past. Although Mel doesn't want to get rid of the past. She doesn't want to forget Ryder and what he all did for her. And I think it's sweet, everything that those two went through together. They go hand in hand. They are best friends, and I also can relate to that with my best friend. I've known my best friend since I was 11 years old, and those two have been beside me forever. And that's kind of how their relationship is, although looking at it now, you can see the love and everything else that comes into play once you get a teenager. Because these two have been apart for 4 years after a tragic accident, and it is quite an amazing story there, although I hate to a degree how it is kind of just a sappy love story between the two of them. But at the same time, you can see their relationship grow together and how all the challenges they face together. And honestly, I relate to the story quite well right now, and it kind of hit really hard home reading this past couple of weeks. Because I hate to throw my own personal life into my channel, but like Mal, I did have one of my friends just die. I was disconnected from my two best friends. I haven't seen them in 4 years since I started high school, and this year I have rekindled with them alone. And so the tie-in there is interesting, and it's even harder given the fact that I did have a friend just die. Like, she had her Ryder's basically brother just die. And it was a heartbreaking thing to deal with. And especially dealing with the fact at that point that somebody who loves someone that much and just lost them is pushing them away, because that is the relationship I am dealing with my own friend. And it is so heartbreaking reading that. But as you go on, you can see the changes Mal makes, or as Ryder calls her, Mouse. And you can see her slowly getting out of her shell and speaking up for herself, and finally deciding, hey, I need to do this for me. For me, I need to not let Ryder be my protector anymore. I need to be there for him and let him do his crying, do his breakdown after his friend just died. And it is amazing seeing her transform and come out of that shell. And I love how Jennifer L. Armentrout wrote that. But again, it did hit home right now, and it was so heartbreaking to read, and hence why it took me forever to get this book review up, because I technically finished this on the 30th of last month, and right now we are on the 10th, so it did take me a while, but it is such an amazing book, and I love how Jennifer Armentrout tied all these things in, given where they live and how the parents consider where Ryder lives a bad neighborhood, a bad place. And it is very true to a degree how our world is like that. But at the same time, I love how she stands up and says just because they don't have money doesn't mean it's a bad place. Which it is very true. It depends on the way you look at it. And I do love how she stood up for that. And that is the amazing aspect of it all. And yeah, I absolutely loved this book. I gave it a 4 out of 4 stars on Goodreads. And I just loved it. Honestly, I think if you guys haven't read it, you should go and pick it up, especially if you love Jennifer L. Armentrout's writing. It is amazing. And so yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today, and I shall talk to you later. I should have another video coming up probably about Thursday or Friday this week. But like I said, I've been going through some tough times, having a little trouble getting back into the scheme of things, of making videos and all of that, especially this past week alone. So if I'm a little late on giving you the video, it will be up by Saturday. But yeah, so that's all I've got for you guys right now, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.